Welcome to another edition of Down the Back of CornDoug here. We're it's another week of non-cornhole, so we're kind of trying to talk about some stuff after what we can keep going and doing while we're all quarantined here in self-isolation. Then we're also here going to talk with Tyler Poythress. We've talked to his pro partner, and so we'll get a chance to talk with him. He's partnered up with Jay Corley, so we've gotten Jay's side of some stuff, so maybe we can try and get some dirt on Jay for if he's on a show again to kind of get him on. So we'll bring Tyler in here now. Tyler, welcome to Down the Back of CornDoug.
CornDoug, how's it going, man? Thanks for having
me. Not too bad. So, like I said, we've had your pro partner Jay Corley on for a bit. So we'll find some stuff out about you, and then maybe we can talk some dirt on him, because we know there's got to be something out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. They always do.
So I guess just how long have you been playing, and where did you get your start?
I've been going on strong now, playing competitive tournaments, around 7-8 years. The first time I was actually ever introduced to cornhole was at a football tailgate, just like the common person plays that, and we actually noticed a couple of guys, a few tents down from us, we've noticed how like they're really good, and they're throwing it like a different way than we do. Like they have the technique going and sliding in the hole, so we walk over and we're kind of like, well, how did y'all get this good? Like, how do you make the bags? How do you throw the bag like that to make it slide straight up the board? Because, we just did the original softball toss, and it would kick this way, kick that way. We never really knew if it was going on. We were just getting lucky. And but these guys were actually doing it, on skill. So we got to talking to them, and the first thing they mentioned was, local tournaments that they played. And, first thing in my mind is like, wow, they actually have tournaments for this kind of thing, and that's pretty much everybody's reaction to when I am explaining cornhole now. But with it getting on TV and the way it's grown here in the last couple of years, more and more people are learning about how it's actually a sport that's being taken very seriously by a lot of people, and not just at barbecue cookouts and at football games. So I played that one time, and I was kind of hooked. Like, I wanted to get better. I wanted to get better at the game. I'm a very competitive person, so it was something I wanted to, compete. And so I got my own set of bags, got my own set of boards. I actually did not see the game again for a while until I was in my high school gym class. So our athletic director used to have boards set up on the side in gym, and I saw it again. I was like, okay, well, let's go, do this, because usually we're playing basketball or whatever else is going on. So I went over there and did that for a little bit. I was actually a little better at it from just watching those guys at the tailgate. So I took a couple of tips from that, played in there, and so after that, we went ahead and got our own boards and bag. Actually, come to find out, one of our neighbors played in local tournaments here around Wilson, and he was telling us about how we needed to try to play those. If you wanted to get better, then there's things you need to play in, because there's guys that's been playing a while and like they're really good. So because all we had was each other to play, and we weren't really learning anything. We didn't exactly know how it worked, and so we started getting tips from him and tips from guys, that at the tournaments and stuff. So basically, one thing led to another. Kept playing tournaments, and eventually got better, got the hang of it. Got home, I practiced. I put in a lot of work to get better, and here I am today. I'm playing, with Jay at the top skill cornhole you can possibly play. So it just getting started there, and just the game caught me right away. Like I was hooked the first couple of times I played it. I knew it was something I wanted to get better at. I wanted to pursue something in it. At that point, I didn't really know how far I could go with it, but I'm glad I invested my time in it because it's been a really fun ride. Jay's been a great partner. Me and him, we meshed really well. So, doing that and playing the game and, having your guys that hang around at the tournaments, it's not just throwing bags, it's the atmosphere, everybody you meet there. That's what everything ties together and makes it really fun for me.
Oh yeah, that's like when we have our tournaments here. We bring some new people out. It's like, you know what? Once you're playing and you see it's just, you're competitive when you're in your games, but as soon as you're outside your games, it's just everybody's just there to have a good time.
Yes. It's really fun, and I think that's one of the cornhole is really one of the only things, like, you don't really have that much drama with our crowd, and so I've never had any issues with anyone playing cornhole or an active event. So that's always a positive for me too. You don't have to worry about what this guy does and this guy. Everybody's pretty close and friends. So that's what makes it even better.
And that's almost what it makes it easier to trip guys when you're playing. Because you can kind of get into their heads a bit more, and you're just kind of going out for beer afterwards again.
Exactly. Exactly.
So now, like I was talking with Jay, how lately with everything being shut down, I've heard some, you see some stuff online with the ACL putting out their videos from last year, and he's been on the short end of the Noah Wooten stick, but I got to see you throw a couple of airmails over top of Matthew Solis. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Matthew Sorrell. Sorry.
Yeah, that's actually that's one shot I'll really remember because that was actually, we've been on ESPN before, but that was our first doubles ESPN game, and especially where it was at the state. I mean, at championship bag, we're on the main stage. Just needing 2 more wins to catch that title. So at the beginning, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be going into it. I opened up the first couple rounds with 4 baggers, and after that, I was just kind of like, you know what, man, I'm gonna have fun with this. Like, this is why we're here, is to have fun and compete. Like, you already know what you can do on the board, so you know what you've done all weekend. So you just got to trust it. Nothing changes, and I actually was really comfortable there, and that's really one of the only reasons why I'd go for something like that in that situation. Because, I'm kind of one of those players, like, anytime I can go for an airmail, whether it's a crazy one or an easy one or open board one sometimes, like, I love going for airmails. So when I see an opportunity to hit a shot that can really be remembered, and it's a really high risk shot, on top of that, like, something really just makes me want to go after it and get it. Because you see a lot of people come up, playing the board and be safe or get you 1 or 2 points. I'm not one of those guys. Unless I have to be. There's certain circumstances, you have to. But, I mean, if it's something that I can shoot something crazy and get an extra 2, 3, 4 points out of it, I'm going to do it every time. And so I actually felt comfortable in that situation. And it was a really tough shot, and I knew I had a small chance of making it, with the way the bags were positioned. But, I felt it. I felt comfortable with it. Jay gave me the green light right away, and and that's the thing too, is like, you got your partner at the other end. He's telling you to shoot it. If you want to go for it, shoot it. Like, just knowing he has that confidence in me to shoot a shot like that will boost your confidence even more. So it's definitely a team, dynamic in that, to help you hit a shot like that, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, exactly. And really, anytime you get a chance to make a shot like that against Matthew Sorrell, you gotta take that shot.
Oh yeah, because he does not miss many bags. I've played him several times now, and he's a really tough dude to play. He's not going to make many mistakes. So if there's ever a time you can pick up maybe a 3, 4, 5 spot out of him, you better go ahead and get it.
Yeah. So in talking about the fun with the game, I'm not sure if you got to watch the live show on Saturday, this past Saturday there when Jay was on, but he kind of talked about you having a chance to play a real life video game with on a road trip with someone. I'm not sure if you remember that at all. You played a real life game of GTA, he said.
Oh yeah. Yes. So we were I know you've heard Jordan Camba.
Exactly.
Yes, it was Jordan Camba. If you've ever met him, he is a nut. He is one of my he's one of my really good friends. We used to go stay at his house, a lot. When they had tournaments up that way, and so we're all in we're in 2 separate cars, and I'm trying to follow him to his house. And if you know where he lives in like a little subdivision where he can lose you in that subdivision because he's turning left, turning right, going around this corner, making another left, and I didn't have the directions to his house. I was just following him from wherever we were coming from, and so I'm just riding down behind him and trying to follow. And I knew where we were, but I didn't know exactly where his house was in that little when it starts. It's like a maze through there. If you ever went through it, you would know what I'm saying. So he starts going faster, and I'm trying to stay with him, and he's turning hard left, and then he'll get to the next one, turn right, but he's going fast. So it was literally like if you're sitting down playing GTA 5, and you're trying to follow the guy, and he's zigzagging through all these little side streets and all that kind of stuff. That's exactly what it was like. So,
we'll see. I think that there goes right to show just how everyone is just having that fun together in Cornhole. Yeah. It's just, you have that time where you're playing, and then the other time where we're there to have a good time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's so much more other than Cornhole. That's what I'm saying. Everybody gets along. Everybody's really good friends. So that's why I enjoy it. It's not just throwing bags. It's the aftermath. It's the whatever we're doing beforehand. Like all that stuff just ties into a really good time. And but it's because of Cornhole. I mean, it's because of what the ACL is putting on and bringing everybody together. And so that's why I really enjoy, playing with the ACL and competing against these guys. Because a lot of these guys we're hanging with, outside of playing are top players. And a lot of us are really good poker players also. So we also have a lot of poker games going on. And a few of us also play a little bit of golf. And so there's stuff outside of this. We've met each other through Cornhole and have been able to develop friendships, like really good friendships outside of Cornhole to do even other activities. And but it's pretty cool considering, a lot of us live, hours apart.
Mm-hmm.
So that part kind of sucks because we have to kind of plan these things, or they don't happen as often as we'd like them to. But it's definitely fun when we get together and whatever.
Yeah, it's like I always tell people if you ever get to a big event, just sit and watch the pros interact during a game, and how much fun they have trying to, just not just playing the game, but actually trying to knock each other off, and just trying that whole mental game. Because I always talk that one of my fondest memories when I was down in Cherokee a couple of years ago playing was watching a crew cup game that involved Jimmy Graham, Brooks, Jay Dotson, and Short on one team with Jordan, Baldwin, and then I believe it was Cody Henderson and Ryan Windsor on their team. And just to watch Kamba just stone-faced against Brooks as he was trying to get into his head, it was just, it was fun to watch, going back and forth.
Yeah, Trevor's always been really been good at the entertaining side of when he's on TV playing. And he's actually one of my closest friends in Cornhole. Him and Jamie both. So we used to have like a little thing back in the day. We called ourselves the Big Three, and so we actually had a lot of fun with that because we labeled ourselves, and and we had a lot of people that liked the idea of what we were doing. But there was also people that did not like it. So it was kind of cool with the controversial thing on it because like whenever we were played, there was people that really wanted us to lose, and then there was people that was really for us. It was different than just like, okay, these two guys over here playing, and okay, winner, like maybe this guy's family is wanting him to win. This guy's family. No, we had so much more than that going on whenever we were playing, and we actually one tournament we were in. This was back when we played ACO. We were in the finals in one event, and me and Jay actually played against Jamie and Trevor in the finals. And a lot of people stayed and watched that. But the entire game we shot air mills. The whole game. Because we had talked about it beforehand. We were like, all right, since we're all up here and we don't care who wins, like obviously we were gonna sit here and say, hey, y'all gonna beat us on air mills or we're gonna beat y'all on air mills. We were gonna make it fun. We were gonna turn it into an air mill game. Because once you start, I don't know if it works for everybody, but for me, if you start shooting air mills like one after another, then I kind of get in a rhythm where I might can hit 3, 4 at the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were actually shooting really good air mills. But some people didn't like it because we weren't playing the serious traditional championship game.
Mm-hmm.
But in others were like, oh man, that's so cool. Like y'all getting up there and shooting air mills like in the finals. Like a lot of people wouldn't. There's no way they'd want to do that.
Yeah.
So we all trusted each other to go up there and be able to make a show, and that's what we did. I mean, some liked it, some didn't, but it was fun to us. And I do think little controversy is never a bad thing.
Oh no. Yeah, it brings that attention to the sport, right? Because it's not just those, everybody does like everybody, but you still want that good versus bad every once in a while too, right? You want that because that's what's going to bring the people just to watch those games.
Exactly, that's exactly right, and that's what we were able to do, and that made it so much more fun for me because it actually made me a better player. Made me focus a lot more because I knew I had people that did not want me to win. And so, and I'm kind of one of those guys where like I would do better with more people against me than for me. Because if I have a lot of people against me when I'm playing, I'm more like, okay, like I'm gonna go ahead and shut that down. But then if I got a lot of people for me, then I'm like, I hope I don't let everybody down. So it's like two completely different mindsets going into the same game against the same opponent. So, and that's what cornhole is, man. Like a lot of it is mental. Like you got to be mentally ready because you can walk up there against somebody like Jamie, and he'll 4-bag with you all day long. But you got to be mentally prepared and strong enough to like be able to hit the shots you got to hit. You've got to be clutch against people like that. Jamie don't make many mistakes. When he does, you better get him, and that's really where the mental part comes in. Yeah, you just got to be mentally tough against guys like that. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like and the thing I'll ask what you're saying that those games are turning into just airmail games is that it's I almost have more fun when our tournaments are done here, and it's just just kind of the advanced guys that stick around and we'll just play stupid games trying to make crazy shots, just trying to have some fun.
exactly. Look, that's funny you mentioned that because we actually have folks around here that I play with locally, and I swear, man, like I love cornhole in general. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm 8 beers deep, can't hardly see the other board, and like can't hardly see the other board, and just throwing 4s and 5s and talking junk, and like I have just as much fun doing that with those guys sometimes than I do flying to wherever and going to compete in something big. Like, it's just cornhole's always just been a really fun game to me, and there's different. I enjoy it like in different ways. Like I was saying, there's times I really want to take it serious and I want to throw my best, and I'm there to win. Like, I go in with a determination to win. And then there's times, like I say, I ride right up here up the road. We have a little get together. We start drinking, start talking junk.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the same focus isn't there, but I am still having a great time throwing.
Oh yeah, like the one restaurant here invited us to have a Super Bowl party. Invited us in for their Super Bowl party, and it ended up being just no one else came in to play with us, so it just ended up being just like our 8 regular guys, and I think it turned into throwing backwards towards the far end, like throwing the other board, like our backs toward the board, trying to throw it over our head and just trying to hit the board. It's just it's just games like that where you get those 8 beers deep, and it's like, I don't care what we're doing, we're just gonna have some fun.
Exactly, man. Exactly, and that's what cornhole is for me, man. So, and like, I don't know if it's like a weird comparison or not, but like, I go play golf, and it's kind of the same thing. Like, I go some days, I try to hit the perfect shot every time. I try to stay par or below every time. But then there's days I go out there, we get a bunch of beer, and we'll tee off on number 1. By the time we get to number 3, we're like, screw it, we're just gonna start going for crazy shots, and it doesn't matter where this ball ends up. We're gonna try it,
Yeah.
And we've done little things like being 150 yards from the green. Like, you're supposed to hit an iron, and we'll just put it as hard as we can.
Yeah.
Just little crazy stuff like that, or trying to putt out of the sand trap.
Yeah. Well, exactly. That's what kind of makes everything here fun, right? So.
Exactly, and it's the exact same thing with cornhole. We'll go in there, and you actually see a lot of guys now at these events. Like, they'll play like on the side, like just little fun games. Like where they're sitting in chairs throwing, and like playing from their knee, and so there's so many different like ways you can kind of spice cornhole up a little bit to have fun with it and like keep playing without having to throw your, trying to make every bat. Like, there's a lot of ways to have fun with it.
Exactly. Yeah. So one more having fun since Jay did tell a story on you. You got one you can tell on him.
I'm interested to know what story he told on me.
Well, he told the GTA story with Jordan.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, I do know one. So we went to Alabama one year. Well, there's several stories with Jay, but this was the first one that popped in my head. We went to Alabama one year, and we decided to make it a road trip. Well, about an 11-hour drive, and we were driving through the middle of the night on the way back home. And it was me, Jamie, Trevor, and Jay. Jay was in the back seat, and Jay was the only one asleep in the car. So we wake him up. We get him to wake up by playing. I can't remember exactly how we got him to wake up. But anyway, Jamie was recording him and had the flash on. And I have it on my phone somewhere. He had the flash on and showed it on Jay. And I think we made like a loud noise or something. And Jay was just like sleeping. And he woke up. And like we just have this bright light in Jay's face. And he makes this weird face. He's just like he doesn't know where he's at. And he like started mumbling. He's like, what? So it was like really funny. That was the first one that pops in my mind. because we always mess with him when he goes to sleep.
Mm-hmm. So I want to thank you for coming on here. We're coming up to a half hour here. I want to thank you for coming on. It's I want to have you back on again with Jay on to have both you guys talking just about your partnership in the game. But I want to thank you a lot for coming on.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you having me on. It's always fun to be able to get to do things like this, and I think it needs to happen more often.
Well, exactly, man. We will have you on again very soon.
All right, I appreciate that, man.
Thanks a lot for doing this here.
No problem, bud. Have a good one.
Tyler Poythress, we've had his pro, like we said, we had his pro partner on for a couple times here now, and Tyler is just just showing just the great guy. Everyone is just fun when you meet a pro. You can tell there it's just we're going there. You're going to have fun at tournaments, and it's just a great time. Like I said, if you ever get a chance to watch pros play against each other, especially late in the day after a few performance enhancing beverages, it's just the great time to have some fun with them. But yeah, so I want to thank Tyler for coming on and just having some fun. Hitting the hole shots. What can I say? There's not much to talk about with hole shots. It's kind of we're all cooped up. I know my cough actually from self-isolation has been getting a bit better. If you've been seeing that there through the other shows, but yeah, everyone's just we're all self-isolated, and the online games are starting to really pick up. I don't know if you haven't probably everyone's noticed out there. I know our league itself here in KW, we've had 2 remote league nights so far. So yes, that's been a success. One thing I want to say to watch out for, we are looking at possibly doing a tournament. We had one lined up. Was really excited about it here in KW alone. Was going to be for if you're local watching, Farwell for Hire. Mike Farwell, a local radio host here, does a Farwell for Hire every May during the month of May, and he goes out, does odd stuff, and people do some fundraiser for him for cystic fibrosis. So we're looking to try and help him out some way. Just because everyone's self-isolated, he's kind of toned everything down a bit, but he's raised thousands of dollars last couple of years just for cystic fibrosis. So we're looking for a way to try and keep that tournament alive, maybe keep it going. So we'll, instead of just having everyone just in this area doing it, maybe we might open it up globally and get a lot of people involved in playing this tournament. But really, that's all we got for this week. Not too much. Actually, check that. We've had a couple guys on the show. If you remember, Aaron Fiedler was on. I'm going to be watching intently this weekend. It's not been really big publicized. They're giving it a tryout this weekend. USA versus Europe in a ghost cornhole tournament. So it's going to be 8 people from the US, 8 from around Europe. It's going to be a blind draw tournament. So they're just kind of keeping, it hasn't been really big recognized yet, but they're just trying to see just what's going to happen with that. So I like that. I think that's going to open cornhole up immensely if we can try and do that there. So I'm going to keep an eye on that there. I'll let you guys know about it next week, how that went. But yeah, there's a couple of ACL pros, even some people from the ACL. They've opened it right up, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Hoping maybe we can get some of the guys from Canada here involved. I know a lot of guys locally play ghost cornhole, so we're hoping maybe let's get a North America, or maybe even try and do like a 3-continent or a three country, Canada, US, and Europe, to play against each other somehow. We'll figure something out. But yeah, so that then will be it for the show here. One thing, remember, I'm up to 91, so we need 9 more people to hit that. Where is it on this? No, it's on this side here. Right down there, there's a subscribe button. There's a little bell to set your reminders. There's also another little thumbs up button. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. Leave a comment. Just let me know what you think of the show. whether you want me doing something different, what you like about the show. Leave a comment and just let us know what you think of it. Yeah, that's that. Look for something coming up on Facebook if you're watching here. We might be doing something live on Facebook, a little shot on Facebook. We'll see how that goes, but just yeah, keep an eye on the Facebook page, on Twitter, Instagram. There's a lot of people starting to like the stuff on Instagram. I'm having a blast doing this here, and just let me know what you think, and just keep having fun. Find a place to throw those bags, and we'll catch you next week. Look for the Wednesday night show coming up. We got a live show again Wednesday night, so we're going. So I know I keep saying we're going to end it, but I keep thinking of some other stuff. Just the way my brain works here on self-isolation. Wednesday nights, we'll be starting a live show. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. So every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. We did 2 live shows already. We did a first one Saturday. Had some good response out there. Did one here this past Wednesday. Check that out. We had Drew Brown and Glenn Bones Gundel on, though that ACL Pro team. Had a lot of fun talking with those guys. This week coming up, Wednesday night, I can't wait. We're having an Octane show. So it's just all the Octane pros will be on here. Well, we're going to try and get them all on. I know Matt from Octane's going to be on with a big announcement. He said he's going to be announcing something on the live show Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Something new from Octane. Not sure what it is yet. Actually, I kind of do, but I'm not telling you guys it yet. But just yeah, Matt will be on. I know Bobby Speary said he's willing to come on. I know PJ Sorrow, if he can get a chance. Just with everything going on, he might have some other commitments coming up, but he's going to try and be on. We'll try and get some of the other guys. I know if you haven't had a chance to go to the Octane website, we've got there's with their Octane pros. Got Bobby Speary, PJ Sorrow, Mike Ferreira, Alex Boulay is Octane Pro, Jack Shea out of New York, and Matt has just sent me a message about another new player, and it's just slipped my mind right now. But we've got about 7 or 8 guys that have a chance to come on to talk. Octane bags. I know we're still kind of new in the market, and a lot of people are starting to get some buzz about them. So look for something new from Octane. So we're going to try and get the whole Octane team on and have some fun Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. We'll go live. You guys talk. You can come in and watch a show, talk, leave some comments. We'll be able to see everything. You guys can just, even if you come in and watch, talk amongst yourselves about the bags, or ask questions about Octane, or ask questions of any of the people on the show. And we'll just have some fun for an hour. And so, yeah, so hope to see you then. And then we'll have our regular show next Friday. I'll announce that guest on, we'll do it on Monday. I'm going to try and go live on Facebook Monday, announce everything what's going on for the week. And then, yeah, so we'll hopefully start having some more fun 2 days a week instead of just the Friday morning. So thanks for watching. Keep having fun, as much as you can in this self-isolation world right now. And find a place to throw your bags, whether it's inside or in your backyard. Except for Sean in Newfoundland, keep digging out of that 5 feet of snow you got there, and maybe you might be able to play by July. So keep having fun. Find something to do. Stay safe. Wash those hands. I know I got to go and do it here now again, but just wash those hands. Stay safe, and hopefully we'll get playing cornhole soon. Okay. Thanks again for watching. Catch you next week.